Hello, everybody. How is everyone doing on this wonderful Sunday evening? Hope you guys have had a wonderful week and weekend so far. Tonight, we are going to be doing our usual singing stream, and we're going to start us off with a little bit of Leanna Flores, Rises the Moon, which is the song that we have in the background right now. But it's nice to see everybody. Hope you guys are having a wonderful week. I'm excited to do some of the songs we have picked out for this week as well. We're continuing going through and trying to do more jazzy classical songs as we have been for the past couple of weeks. But I feel like I need a warm-up song for tonight. So we're going to go ahead and do Rises the Moon first. I'm going to pause that there, and we'll start that over. Hi, guys. Nice to see y'all. Oh, my gosh. Nice to see you again. Oh, my gosh. John, thank you for the 5. I almost didn't see that. Thank you. Yes, I do have a new setup, which is why things look a little bit different compared to the last couple of months. I'm in a new space with a really cool green room behind me, not a real space. Eventually, we're going to get it set up to do some really, really fun stuff with chat and different stuff for streaming. But for now, we're going to do our usual stream setup, which is just our usual singing streams. So we're going to get right into things this evening and start off with Rises the Moon, and then we'll jump into some of our other jazz pieces that we have selected for tonight. But okay, let's go ahead and get it started. Here is Rises the Moon by Leanna Flores. And this is a really pretty version. I do like singing this one normally with an a cappella set I recorded a long time ago, but I don't have it, so we're going to do this version today. Days seem sometimes as if they'll never end. Sun digs its heels to taunt you, but after sunlit days, one thing stays the same: rises the moon. Days fade into a watercolor blur. Memories swim and haunt you, but look into the lake, shimmering like smoke, rises the moon. Oh, close your weary eyes. I promise you that soon the autumn comes to darken fading summer skies. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Days pull you down just like a sinking ship. Floating is getting harder, but tread the water, child, and know that meanwhile rises the moon. Days pull you up just like a daffodil, uprooted from its garden. They'll tell you what you owe, but no, even so, rises the moon. You'll be visited by sleep. I promise you that soon the autumn comes to steal away each dream you keep. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Okay, there we go. That was Rises the Moon by Leanna Flores to start off our warm-up for this weekend. I normally like to do some more like upbeat songs, especially to start us off. But I don't know, I was just feeling that song when I was scrolling through my list and I saw it was for today. I figured it'd be a good warm-up song for us. But I do want to jump into some of our other pieces we have. Hi guys, nice to see y'all. I do want to jump into some of our other pieces that we have for tonight, because it's actually a little bit longer of a list that we have today that I want to tackle before the end of this evening. So let's see. Next one on our list is a classic jazz 1920s standard that I really like to do on stream when I get the chance. And we're going to do it today, which is going to be, let me see if I actually have the right copy of this. I was going to do Strangers in the Night, but I don't know if I actually have it in the right key. Hold on. Let me check really quick. But this is a really pretty song if you've not heard it before, by Frank Sinatra, a gorgeous song, which I like to say about all of the songs I ended up singing on stream. But let's see. Actually, you know what? Before we do that, let's actually do this Leve piece first, because this one was on my list too for a good intro, and I think I need one more song before we tackle some of the more harder pieces with just kind of like that classy jazz style. I want to maybe tackle a couple more familiar songs before we start on that. So let's do Falling Behind first. So this one is by Leve, and it is a bossa nova piece, a gorgeous song. Okay, there we go. But yeah, this one's pretty. Okay. I think this particular version is going to be in the original key. I've been trying to do a couple different keys on stream for the past couple of weeks with just a bunch of different songs, but I really, really like the original key for this song and just how it fits with my vocals. I feel like it sits pretty well, so I enjoy singing this one with the original key, which is what we're going to do. Oh my gosh, Mitski, we can do Mitski. You know what? We'll do that actually first, because that's funny. I had that in my list earlier. But yeah, oh my gosh, this is a beautiful, beautiful song. And I think for me, I like this one in a little bit of a lower key than what I used to sing, which was a higher key, because back in the day, I did not know how to do the lower range of my voice. But we're going to do it in a lower key because this song deserves to be in a lower key. It's super pretty. Okay, here we go. Get all my freaking buttons in order. Okay, here we go. Let's do My Love, Mine, All of Mine. Oh, and if you guys have any requests, you can put them in chat. And if I know the song, I will absolutely do it on stream. And if not, I will listen to the original and attempt, my best attempt to kind of listen to it on the spot and see if I can learn the melody. Okay, here we go. Here is My Love, Mine, All Mine by Mitski. Here we go. Ooh, that was loud.
Through the big top turned up high, here before and after me, shining down on me. Moon, tell me if I could send out my heart to you, so when I die, which I must do, could it shine down here with you? 'Cause my love is mine, all mine. I love mine. Nothing in the world belongs to me but my love, mine, all mine, all mine.
This one is so pretty. I love doing this one in a lower key. It just sounds much better to the original, you know? Okay, here we go.
My baby here on earth showed me what my heart was worth. So when it comes to be my turn, could you shine it down here for her? 'Cause my love is mine, all mine. I love mine, mine. Nothing in the world belongs to me but my love, mine, all mine. Nothing in the world is mine for free but my love, mine, all mine, all mine.
there we go. That was My Love, Mine, All of Mine from Mitski. Hope you enjoyed that one. That is a really stunning song. And funny enough, I did have that one in my list. So we would have done it later in stream, but I'm glad we did it earlier on because one thing I've learned, especially from doing kind of like live stuff like in tour, is if you have a higher or lower piece of the song, you either have to do it at like the very, very, very end of your performance after you've had like a break, or you do it at the very beginning because that's really when you want your vocals to shine for like harder pieces. You know what I mean? So I'm glad we did that one. It's a beautiful song, but it is pretty challenging to do, especially as a singer, but it's gorgeous. It is super pretty. Okay. Yay, hope you enjoyed that. Okay, let's continue on to our next song we have on here for today. So I was thinking, since we're kind of doing our lower songs right now, why don't we go ahead and jump into another one of my favorites to do on stream. This is a gorgeous song, and it comes from a TikTok artist. I'm sure she's done plenty of other songs before, but this is an original of hers, and it's by November Ultra. If you guys have heard of her before, she kind of does songs similar to like Leve's music, but it kind of feels a little bit more, I don't know how to put it, like a lullaby-esque? I'm not sure. Her voice really fits that vibe though. So we're gonna do her song next. So Come Into My Arms is a song I've done multiple times on stream, but I've not been able to find a version of this song that's like the full thing. It's like to sing through the full song, but we do have this version. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous piano piece. Super pretty, but at some point I do want to find the full version of this song because I love to sing it so much, especially on stream. And the harmonies on this one too are really fun to kind of play with, especially because of how the chords are written and stuff. But let's go ahead and jump onto that one next to keep the vibe going. So here is Come Into My Arms by November Ultra. Okay. Every now and then come and take my hand. For every little lie you tell so you can hide will grow inside your chest. Your heart will need to rest. So come into my arms. Okay, there we go. That was Come Into My Arms by November Ultra. I know it's super, super short, but I really like including that one because it is pretty. Sometimes what I'll do with that song is I'll loop it, so I'll just sing it again from the beginning. But the original song is on YouTube, and it's super pretty to listen to the full thing. It also has like a really cute, her music video is like an animated music video that kind of feels like a children's storybook illustration. Like that's kind of the vibe, but it's animated. It is super pretty. So if you have not heard that one before, highly recommend you check it out. If Leve and lullaby type-esque songs are your jam, you definitely would enjoy that one. Okay, so next one on our list for today, we have, let me see, what was on our list? Oh, yes, okay, so next on our list, we have some more Leve, but I do, like I said, want to get into some of the jazz pieces for tonight. So I think maybe we'll hop into a sadder jazz piece. A sadder or like prettier jazz piece next, since that's kind of like the vibe we have going right now. Wait, hold on. What did somebody say? Oh, yeah. I did talk about a pop filter last week. I did. I know. I've been meaning to put one on this mic with the setup that we have here, but I'm actually, funny enough, having a hard time finding a pop filter that's going to fit on the current mic that I have that doesn't like weigh the whole thing down, because it has like the desk for your mic, but it's like a desk arm. So right now I'm looking for one that maybe I can attach to the desk, But the ones that I do have that I have for like recording songs and that sort of thing kind of feel like they take up too much space for stream. So I'm going to see about what I'm going to do with that. But that's hilarious that somebody mentioned that. Yeah, I did say I was going to have one for this week. I couldn't find one. My bad. I will have one though soon. I'm just trying to see all my options with the current setup that I have, because it's different from the one we used to in our old space. But okay, anywho. Back to music, which is why we are here. Okay. Yes, I do want to do some jazz next, I think, and then we can pop into some other Levy songs maybe later in stream. Yeah. Okay. Let's go ahead and do Moonlight in Vermont. We'll do Moonlight in Vermont next. This is a gorgeous song I love to do on stream. In part because I get a lot of fun reactions with people when I do this song live. It's one of the songs I think, oh my gosh, white, blinding bright. Okay. One of the songs that I really get a lot of fun interactions with people who are seeing this song live. I don't know, I feel like it's more of like a dance piece, so I think people get excited whenever I pull that one out. Okay, here we go. Forgot where I was going with that story. There we go. Okay. Hold on one more. Oh my gosh, wait, how do I say your name? Marsha? Marsha T. Okay, Marsha T. That's what I'll say. Marsha T, thank you so much for the 5. Super appreciated. Very sweet. I appreciate it. Very nice. I like to see you. Okay. All right, here we go. Here is Moonlight in Vermont. This is one of our 1920s jazz standards that we're going to take a look at today. So this song, I think, was originally made popular by Frank Sinatra. The version that we're going to be doing today is also by him. It is in a different key than the original. Obviously, I'm not going to be tackling the original key. For any musicians out there, specifically vocalists, anytime you have a song, and let's say the original singer was a male, the key has to change because it is in a very different register for dudes rather than girls. I mean, you could attempt it if you got the baritone for it, go for it, but I do not. I am more of a soprano, maybe a mezzo soprano on a good day. So let's go ahead and do Moonlight in Vermont by Frank Sinatra next. Make sure everything's unmuted. Okay, there we go. Really pretty song.
Pennies in a stream, falling leaves of sycamore, moonlight in Vermont. I see finger waves, ski trails down a mountainside, snow in Vermont. Telegraph cables, how they sing down a highway and travel each bend in the road. People who meet in this romantic setting are so hypnotized by the lovely evening summer breeze, warbling of a meadow lark, moonlight in telegraph cables, how they sing down and travel each bend in the road. People who meet in this romantic setting are so hypnotized by the lovely evening summer breeze warbling over meadowlark, moonlight in Vermont, snowlight in Vermont, moonlight in Vermont.
Okay, there we go. That was Moonlight in Vermont, made popular by Frank Sinatra, and we were singing it in his original style. Great song. Love doing that one on stream. I'm actually kind of curious, have any of you guys heard this song at a wedding before? I had somebody come up to me, or was it in chat? I don't remember. I had somebody come up to me and ask if I do weddings, and they wanted to know if I would do like requests and that sort of thing, and they requested this song as part of it. But I myself had never heard this song at a wedding before, but the vibe like makes sense for one, so it wasn't a surprise to me. But I was just curious if anyone has actually seen that one in a wedding before, because that one is super pretty. Oh my gosh, I keep opening the wrong tab. Okay. But yeah, that was Frank Sinatra, Moonlight in Vermont. We're gonna go ahead and move on to our next piece that we have going. Hi guys, nice to see y'all. Oh, so sweet, thank you. Oh, I'm glad you like it. Yeah, I know. I really like singing in that style. I trained with it for a super long time to get it to sound like that, though. It was not overnight. It took me a solid minute to learn how to do all of those like vocal variations and that sort of thing. Okay, let's go ahead and jump on to our next song, which I don't know if I want to keep doing like slower paced songs, or should we like, I don't know, change up the vibe a little bit, do something kind of fast. I don't know. We could do something stupid. That's true. I saw that over on, hold on. Which one was that? I'm still getting used to, I literally say this every stream. I have to get used to the concept of having like multiple different chat rooms, because my brain will like see one and be like, oh my gosh, I forgot I have that one running. But yes, okay, hold on. Somebody said something stupid. Okay, wrong tab again. I can totally do that one. Hold on. Let me pull that one up in my list, which is somewhere. But yeah, that is a super pretty song. I agree, and that would definitely bring up the vibe a little bit. That is true. Let's see. Because we've been recording a lot of originals recently, which has been a bunch of fun, but I have noticed just over like the past 2 weeks or so that my vocals have been kind of like tired when it comes to stream, just because of how much I have been singing over the past couple weeks. So that's fun. So I kind of don't want to do no like crazy songs. Let me see if I can find it. If I happen across it in my list, we shall do it. Actually, before we do that one, did I do Falling Behind yet? I did not, did I? Am I crazy? Have I already done that one? No, we haven't. Okay, let's actually do Falling Behind by Leve. That's a good mix. Hold on. I can pull that one up. Yeah. We'll do Falling Behind. That is a good pick. Solid pick. Okay. So this one is by Leve. I'm like pretty sure I haven't done this one already on stream tonight, but let's go ahead and do Falling Behind, which is a bossa nova of Leve's. I don't remember when she wrote this song. It might have been, I feel like it was around the same time she did From the Start, so I want to say maybe 2020, maybe 2021. It might have been in the same album, but I'm not sure. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that. So this one is also in the original key, because again, I really like the keys that Leve picks. They're a lot of fun to sing it, especially as a female vocalist. A lot of fun to do her keys. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. Here we go. Unmute. Great. Okay, here we go. I also love the percussion she chooses for her songs, especially her bossa novas. They sound really well mixed. Okay, here we go.
Moved out to a new city. June is dawning down on me, and all that I can find, a sickly romance in the air. Lovers stroll without a care inside. Ooh, this can't be right. 'Cause the sun's engaged to the sky, and my best friend's found a new guy, and I'm only getting older. I've never had a shoulder to cry on, someone to call mine. Everybody's falling in love, and I'm falling behind. Touched the ocean, fell right in, stepped outside and burned my skin. My life won't go my way. A bossa nova in my room, hope that I find someone soon to love, because the sun's engaged to the sky, and my best friend's found a new guy, and I'm only getting older. I've never had a shoulder to cry on, someone to call mine. Everybody's falling in love, and I'm falling behind. Everybody's falling in love. Everybody's falling in love. Everybody's falling in love but me.
There we go. That was a Falling Behind by Leve. So if you guys have heard that song before, I know there's another section with like the vocalization and stuff like that, but I've only ever learned like the first half of that song, which is funny because that's like a couple of the songs I have on my list for tonight. Is like I've learned part of it through just like, you know, singing it on stream and like learning different songs on stream. But I haven't learned the last half of that song, so at some point I do need to do that, but I've not done that yet. Okay, you know what is also another song I really, really want to learn for stream? The song that Olivia Rodrigo put out recently, the song Less. Oh my gosh. If you guys have not heard that song, I totally recommend you take a listen to it. I've actually, okay, here's what's crazy. I've never heard of her songs before I heard the Less song, and that like opened my eyes. I love the style she wrote that song in. It is super pretty, especially like the musical construction of that song, like the chords. Oh my gosh, so pretty. Definitely something if you are a, let's say like a music production or you enjoy music in general. What I like to do is I like to go through and like study like the piano structure or just the overall chord structure of different songs and kind of like pull apart like, why does it sound like sad? You know what I mean? Like there's just some songs that make you feel certain things, and I like figuring out why. Little side rant about that new song. Okay, let's go ahead and do our next one. I had two songs from last week that we were not able to get to that I really want to do today. That are part of my usual list, but I just haven't sung in a while, so I wanted to get back into singing those. I had somebody last weekend recommend that we do some more Nat King Cole songs, so I think we actually will do a couple of his today. Was it 20? Hold on. I think somebody just said the question to the... It was 2020? Oh, okay. Cool. I was thinking that. Oh my gosh. I keep opening the wrong tab. It was 2020. Good to know. Okay. Let's jump into some Nat King Cole, shall we? Some great songs from him. We'll go ahead and do Autumn Leaves, which is a song I was just talking about. we shall do that one next. So this one, I looked up one time or like 2 times ago on stream to ask whether or not this song is actually considered a jazz standard. I still don't know why certain songs in like the 1920s are considered a jazz standard and why others are not. That's something I have to like figure out and learn. But I looked up this one, and it is a gorgeous song. And if you guys haven't heard a lot about Nat King Cole and his music, you guys have definitely heard him before, I promise. He did Chestnuts Roasting on an Open Fire for a reference song that most of y'all have probably heard, Christmas song. He does a lot of, I think his most well-known songs are Christmas songs, but he has a lot of like pretty just jazz pieces that I really like sharing with people when I'm on stream, because I used to study these back in the day. So I enjoy bringing his music to other people. It's a lot of fun. Okay, here we go. Here is Autumn Leaves by Nat King Cole. You can already tell it's going to be good from the strings. When you have this level of production in the strings in the 1920s era, good song. Okay, here we go.
The falling leaves drift by the window, the autumn leaves of red and gold. I see your lips, the summer kisses, the sunburned hands I used to hold. Since you went away, the days grow long, and soon I'll hear old winter's song. But I miss you most of all, my darling, when autumn leaves start to fall.
I feel like these sections of songs are my favorite to do like a bunch of like jazz ad-libbing. I feel like they were like made for that, you know what I mean? For like live performances. Okay.
Since you went away, the days grow long, and soon I'll hear old winter's song. But I miss you most of all, my darling, when autumn leaves start to fall.
There we go. Okay, so one thing I really, really love about this song is that ending is a lot of fun, especially for someone who likes, my vocal range sits very well in this song. I absolutely love holding out like notes that have like that long ending toward a song. It's just a lot of fun. Back in the day when I used to do that for competitions, and I think it got annoying at some point because I remember just like holding it just like for fun to like see how long I could do like hold out a note for. I don't think it like had the effect I was hoping it would have, but it was fun. That's a fun memory of mine from back in the day. Wait, hold on. I saw a request come through. What was that? What song was that? Hold on. Misty. Yes, we can do Misty. Absolutely, we can do Misty. That, if you want to talk about jazz standards, Misty is a jazz standard. Okay, let's go ahead and do Misty by Etta James. And I used to, back in the day, say Ella Fitzgerald, and we clarified that a couple times ago, but Ella Fitzgerald did also do this piece, but I think it's more known in the style that Etta James sang these songs. So let's go ahead and do Misty by Etta James. A gorgeous song. Okay, hold on. Let me find it. It's somewhere on my list. I literally sang it last week. Okay, here it is. I found it. Here we go. Yeah, this is a pretty song. It is a very challenging song to learn. As a vocalist, this song has a bunch of different variations that you kind of just have to like learn as a jazz artist. So a lot of fun, but harder to do toward the end of a night. So let's see how this goes. Okay, here we go. I always forget to unmute. Oops, okay, starting over. Here we go. And I really love this version too because it kind of has a little bit more of like a simplistic approach to the song, which I don't know, I feel like it really fits the vibe of when like the production that was kind of similar back in the 1920s for like a live performance. So that's fun. Okay.
Look at me, I'm as helpless as a kitten up a tree, and I feel like I'm clinging to a cloud I can't understand. I get misty just holding your hand. Walk my way, and 1,000 violins begin to play, or it might be the sound of your hello, that music I hear. I get misty the moment you're near. Can't you see that you're leading me on? And it's just what I want you to do. Don't you notice how hopelessly I'm lost? That's why I'm following you, following you. On my own, would I wander through this wonderland alone, never knowing my right foot from my left, my hat from my glove? I'm too misty and too much in love, too misty and too much in love.
There we go. That was Misty, and that was by Etta James, or that was in the style of Etta James. Yeah, that one was super cool. That was super pretty. It definitely is considered a jazz standard, as I saw somebody say earlier. Absolutely. Absolutely. I think that one was like a super, super early recording of jazz too. Could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that is the case. Yeah, that song is super, super hard to learn as a vocalist, just because a lot of times during that song, the melody line actually somewhat clashes with the chords. I'm actually not sure if it actually goes out of key, the melody line. It might. If my ear training was that good and I'd be like listening to it, I'd probably be able to be like, you know, oh yeah, that totally goes out of key, like this section for the melody compared to the music. I have no idea though. I just knew learning it was hard. So my reference is like, oh, I wonder. It might modulate. I have no idea. Okay. Next on our list, we have, let's take a look. I do want to do another simple one for tonight. So let me take a look. We could do something stupid. We could do, let me see, Michael Bublé's version, but I don't know. I'm kind of feeling like maybe we should stick more in like the low-key jazz feel for the rest of tonight. That might be the vibe. Let me go with my list from last week and see if there's anything that we could do from last week. But yeah, I really want to go through and learn that song less. Oh my gosh, I really want to do that on stream. I think that'd be so much fun. It's so pretty. It's also like such an emotional song too. You know what I mean? I love whenever a song is able to just do that with like very simple instrumentation and like lyrics. I don't know. To me, there's just something like really fun about that. Like really, I don't know, hits for me emotionally deeper than, let's say like another song that has a bunch of instruments in it. It can hit the same, but I think it's just like that particular one for me. I was like, wow, okay, that was really cool. The emotion behind it. Okay, let me see. I'm just a rambling. Let's go ahead and do, what should we do? I don't know. Hold on. I'm thinking. Hold up. Should we do Moon River? How long has it been since we've done Moon River? We're going to do Moon River. I like that one. It's been a minute since we've done that song, and it is a really, really pretty song. And it's got a gorgeous piano to it. So, decisions. Okay. But yeah, this one was by Audrey Hepburn, I think. Am I wrong? I might be wrong about that. Audrey Hepburn, I'm pretty sure, sang this song originally. Oh, it doesn't say. Okay, I'll have to look that up. Oh, wait, yes, it does. Audrey Hepburn. Yay, I was right. Okay, so I think this also was from a movie, I'm pretty sure, way back in the day. Okay, here we go. Let's do Moon. I wonder if Moon River is considered a jazz piece. I have no idea. Would it count as jazz? Don't know. We can look that up after. Okay, here we go. Here is Moon River, and today we're going to be doing Moon River in a lower key because I've been enjoying singing songs in my lower register recently, so we're going to try that today. Fun. Something a little different than the previous versions that we've sung, so we'll see how this goes. Okay, here we go. Well, I probably should unmute it first. That probably would be the best strategy for me. Okay. You guys can hear it, but I can't. Okay, here we go. Here is Moon River by Audrey Hepburn. Raise that just a little bit. Doesn't that sound pretty? I honestly love singing in my lower register. I feel like I have more vocal freedom too. I don't know. That might just be me. Okay. Especially on stream too, just singing in like a lower register just makes it easier so I'm not like screaming Okay, here we go. I think it's back. Yeah.
Wherever you're going, I'm going your way. Two drifters off to see the world. There's such a lot of world to see. We're after the same rainbows and waiting round the bend. My huckleberry friend, river and
There we go. That was A Moon, a River, originally sung by Audrey Hepburn. You know what I'm curious about? Is that song a jazz standard? I have no idea. I don't know if jazz standards only are standards because they're from like a certain time period or if they're like written in a certain way. I'm not sure. Let me see. I'm actually going to take a look and see if that is the case. Is Moon River a jazz standard? See, because I have no idea. It is a jazz standard. Okay, yeah, because I thought this song was like more recent, wasn't it? Yeah, 1961 from the film Breakfast at Tiffany's. Okay, I knew it was from a movie. I was pretty sure about that. What is it? Why is it a jazz standard? I don't know. See, the thing is too is I will look up what is considered a jazz standard. That is literally hilarious. I scroll down 2 feet and it's like, oh, right here. Okay, wait. So a jazz standard is any musical composition widely known, performed, and recorded by jazz musicians. Okay, but here's the thing though. I have heard different songs that are by jazz musicians, but they're not necessarily like a jazz standard. So that's the thing I don't know. Why is it a standard, you know? Because my head was thinking like, oh, if it's from like the 1920s when jazz was like being developed and like people were really like kind of like paving the way for what future jazz musicians would like utilize as a template for like why is this considered jazz like musically, right? So that's why I thought like during that era was when a jazz standard or a jazz song was considered a jazz standard. But this is like 1961, so it's not crazy long ago, you know? So I don't know. I still have no idea. I've looked it up a couple times, but like I literally get conflicting results in Google. So I'm like, well, don't know. Influenced by artists themselves. If it's in the Great American Songbook. Okay, so is it like voted in? I have no idea. Structures that allow for improv. Wait, hold on. A flexible chord structure that allows for improvisation and widespread adoption by musicians as jazz jam sessions and gigs. Okay. So it's like, is it voted in? Is a jazz standard voted in? That's kind of fun. Should I write something and try to like vote it in as a jazz standard? No, guys, I swear. You can improv with this. I swear. Look. It can be considered, right? Anyway. Yeah, I don't know. At some point I'll get an answer to that question, but for now, it can go different ways. If Google's confused, we're in trouble. Okay, let me take a look, see if we've got any more. Oh my gosh, wrong tab. That is like the 10th time I've opened that tab during the stream. That is the incorrect tab. Do we have any more? We do not. Okay, well that's pretty much it For today's stream, I did have a couple songs that we were able to tackle today that were continuations from last week that I really, really wanted to do for today's stream, which we did. That was great. And also, thank you guys so much for all the gifts. I appreciate it. Y'all are so sweet. I appreciate you guys coming on and hanging out with me for our usual Sunday singing streams. Again, at some point, this room behind me, super cool. I can't walk back there, and I wish I could show you guys. I tried taking a picture one stream and like flipping it over to kind of like show you guys. Hilariously though, because it's a green wall behind me, it blurred it in my phone, so I wasn't able to show you the room, which I thought I was. So anyway, that was hilarious. But so what's behind me is a infinity wall. So it's like a curved wall like this that I built, super, super fun. And what it allows me to do is really, really fun production stuff and videography and cool photos. But what I want to do is I want to implement this room in stream. I think that would be super fun to make some sort of like interactive stream experience. I don't know how yet. That's something that I have to figure out. But we will get there eventually whenever the music starts rolling. But thank you guys so much for joining me on this lovely, lovely Sunday evening. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your week and a wonderful rest of your weekend. And I will be back here on Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your evening, and I'll see y'all soon. Bye.